January 15th, 2019, Nairobi, Kenya. It was a typical day at one of the well-known five-star hotels in the city. However, in the afternoon, everything was about to change very quickly. People heard a massive explosion that rocked the entrance. 5 armed Al-Shabaab militants were attacking. A British Special Forces soldier named Christian rushed to respond and became central to the unfolding crisis. While everyone else fled for their lives, Christian, armed and alone, resolved to confront the threat head-on. What followed would become one of the most extraordinary acts of heroism ever recorded. But first, let's rewind to understand how this situation unfolded. Kenya faces frequent terrorist attacks. Despite possessing well-trained counter-terrorism units, systemic issues such as poverty, porous borders, and government corruption hinder effective prevention. To enhance their counter-terrorism capabilities, Kenyan forces began collaborating on training with foreign military partners, often receiving assistance from elite units like the US Army Rangers and the British Special Air Service, SAS, both widely regarded among the world's best special forces. One British SAS soldier, identified as Christian, was deployed to participate in training Kenyan counter-terrorism units. Christian had joined the British Army at the young age of 16 and subsequently served in Afghanistan and the 2003 Iraq War. He later endured a demanding 6-month selection process to earn his place in the SAS. Consistent with the secretive nature of this elite force, specific details about his missions after joining the SAS are not publicly known. The attack unfolds. The Al-Shabaab militants comprised of 5 people, 3 Kenyan and 2 Somali citizens. They had surveilled the hotel for weeks before the attack. One militant would even get inside the hotel, disguised as a guest, to prepare for the attack. Once they finished their preparation, they mobilized to continue with the attack. One of the militants proceed to the gate armed with a suicide bomb. Then a loud bang was heard. The militia detonated the bomb, killing 8 people. Following the bombing, the remaining attackers stormed the hotel, sparking a firefight with guards. One of the armed militia destroyed 3 vehicles with grenades before splitting into 2 groups and firing indiscriminately, massacring people. Kenyan security forces arrived but hesitated to enter, lacking critical intel. While the militants regrouped at the back of the hotel, killing 6 more. Earlier that same day, Christian finished his duty and then went to a barber for a haircut before returning to his hotel. Christian was showering in his room when his phone rang. It was a panicked call from a trapped friend at the hotel.
Help me! They are killing people. There are too many. Oh, please help! I am at the hotel. I am at the hotel.
Once he spoke to his friend, he armed himself and raced to the scene to help. Reaching the hotel, he got near the entrance but couldn't enter. He heard a woman begging for her life. Her screams were silenced by a gunshot. A few moments later, Christian decided to go inside the hotel and help the civilians. He began cautiously navigating and evacuating survivors, guiding them to safety while Kenyan police cordoned off the area. Despite the risks, Christian repeatedly re-entered the hotel alone, engaging the militants in close combat and rescuing survivors. Returning to rescue more people, Christian observed 2 militants and swiftly took them down. He successfully neutralized the 2 attackers and rescued multiple civilians. After rescuing additional people, Christian coordinated with the Kenyan army to continue neutralizing the militants. But after a few minutes, another explosion was heard. It was the other 2 militants massacring the hotel residents. Once the Kenyan army knew their position, they commenced the attack and apprehended them. After 22 hours of intense fighting, the hotel was secured. Al-Shabaab claimed responsibility for the attack, citing grievances over US support for Israel. A few months later, Christian received a Medal of Honor. After he retired from his job, he wrote a book detailing his heroism, but it still remains classified. The attack killed 21 civilians and 1 soldier, while over 30 people were injured. One critically wounded victim died a year later, bringing the total civilian death toll to 22. Without Christian's actions, over 700 people inside the hotel could have perished. We know AI voices aren't quite the same as real ones, but as a team of 2 in a third world country with no budget, it's what we can manage for our videos. If you liked what you saw, comment and let us know how we can make our content even better. Also, subscribing would really help us reach the 1,000 subscriber mark. Thank you very much.